Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Spark. We are here with a World of Tanks replay. This features me and my clanmate Wilkes, 12. Very good guy. He's been grinding credits with me and grinding tanks. He's been working on objectives with his, I forget what it's called, Dravix, I think, the tier 8. I'm actually still working on the tier 10 is his. I'm still working on the tier 8. I accidentally got a late head start because I forgot to start the operation. But anyways, we are here today with the tier 9 Italian heavy tank. It's kind of like a Bazante, the Toro. 4-shot auto reloader with the heavy tank mechanic for it, not the medium. I really do like this tank. I play it more as a heavium, kind of like a medium with armor. It is not a heavy tank that brawls with like other tanks. It's not like a Tiger Mouse. It is a very different tank in the sense of what you're trying to do with it. This is an ambush, sniper, bursty tank. You basically want to be using pinpoint accuracy. That's how I have mine set up. I am using improved bond vents with tier 3 aiming device and also the other aiming device, which I cannot remember right off. But basically both of those to basically get the aim time and accuracy as good as possible. Actually, scratch that. I'm using the one that improves aiming and also the dispersion. So basically the tightness of the reticle, and I'm using a turbo on this. My bad, guys. I forgot. It's on the other build I have. But yeah, we are in a tier 9 to 7 game, which I know isn't too spectacular, but we do have to fight pretty hard in this game in order to stay in the fight. And unfortunately, I do make the mistake of sometimes going too far into the clip, but luckily the Toro is really not that penalizing for going deep into the mag. And it has fantastic DPS if you just want a one-shot at a time. As I said, it is a lot like a Bazante, and it plays very well. You do have to be careful with side scraping, because I don't know if I can do it, but there is the little angles right there that you easily catch shots. The front armor is not the great, the turret isn't great, and it does have a huge cupola on top. But if you can just get that tucked in very fast and very effectively, you actually can make it side scrape pretty darn well. But yeah, I'm just glad to have a 4-round auto reloader because I can play it as an auto loader as well. I can get a lot of burst out. These this is a 105 that does 360, so you're looking at a crazy potential. So that's 360 times 4. I believe that's close to over 1400 damage. Yeah, pretty close to it at least. But you can tank it. You can burst out a wounded tier 9 or a tier 8 even almost. Yeah, you could burst out a Vipera. I do happen to realize that Wilkes is a little overwhelmed, unfortunately, and I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. Actually, I don't know if I'm using the turbo. I think I might be using hardening. I don't remember it right off, though. But it's no big deal. We are going to clean up and, unfortunately, not be there to save Wilkes. Unfortunately, this Emil was really the problem child the whole game for me, other than the type, what do they have? What is it? A type 5? I'm about to fight it right now. Oh, the type 4. But it's not too big of a deal. I do like how fast the entry-clip reload is for this tank. It is very rapid as well. This is overall a very good tier 9, and I think it's really underestimated and undervalued. It does require, I think, a very high skill cap to be able to use it, just like the Bazante. But you really do have to be careful with it so you don't get caught out. Armor is iffy. It's better to be hauled down and try to tuck in side scrape as much as you can. I'm also grinding credits. That's why if you see I'm just using the basic stuff like basic repair kit, basic med kit, and a fire extinguisher. I'm actually trying to grind credits for maneuvers right now. So that's why I'm also just trying to use standard shells. I'm sure if I was using heat, I could have buttered that type 4 easy. Also a bad shot by me, and unfortunately I did go deep into my mag. But luckily we have the Stay Sharp perk, which is a new perk they just introduced. Unfortunately, it only works so long, but it does help get that reload down just a little bit if you need to get a quick shell in. But yeah, fortunately, this is not a perfect replay. I do make mistakes, but I figured I'd at least show off a very well-played round, despite everything. And as you guys can see, the turret does bounce stuff occasionally. And I think that 122 TM is going to try to get behind me, which sucks. Also very curious that the fuel tanks are right there on that side, but hey, at least we didn't get set on fire. It was a heat round they put into the side of us for the way it glowed, it felt like. Kind of miss when the heat round sizzled. That was an old thing. Unfortunately, I kind of make the mistake of just rolling out here. I should have probably side-scraped, but luckily we have way better DPM than them. The 122 has a very good gun, but it has terrible DPM. But yeah, luckily it looks like someone's been whittling on that mill a little bit, I think. A little bit. Looks like that guy's got a dead gunner now. Probably not for long. Luckily the team, it was always a fight for this match. We were down quite a bit, despite everything. I've been trying to put in the work. I should have probably pulled out and got that Scorpo, but unfortunately I was very worried about that Emil. He could easily clip me out if I am not careful. And yeah, we are down tanks heavily and hit points, but luckily we can try to pull it back together and see what we can do. But yeah, that Emil is very difficult to deal with the front. I'm pretty sure if I had heat rounds, I could have probably dealt with them. I'm also curious that the Emil actually does have heat rounds. I just saw that ping off of me. That's kind of cool. I'm actually working on the Emil line right now. It's actually a fantastic line. I do wish they didn't nerf it quite as hard, but I understand why they did. It really was overpowered for its time and what it was doing. I think it would probably be fine now with how the game is, but maybe that is just me. It could really just use a speed buff. And unfortunately, I do dilly-dally here a little bit. Unfortunately, trying to wait out this Scorpion. But it is what it is. I should probably went back and tried to get the Emil, but I didn't want to get caught out, though. Both my teammates are over there fighting for themselves, and it is just me up here. And our Ares, I don't know what our Ares is doing exactly, but the Super Hellcat gets him. Yeah, luckily this tank also has very good reverse, and I do have all the field mods for this tank, so the reload is pretty crazy. Having that last reload modification helped out immensely. It cut down basically more than a half a second, or half a second off the reload time for each shell, which is crazy since it was already pretty darn fast. This thing does come with pretty good APCR rounds. I don't know if I can check it out. Yeah, about 248, 230 millimeters of penetration. The heat rounds, though, is where it's at. And they don't lose penetration over distance. They're about 315. The shell velocity for them is 188, which isn't bad. Which is only about 300 slower than that one. The HE rounds are also pretty good with 105 millimeter penetration and still 1,000 kilometers. Unfortunately, that Emil is rearing its ugly head again. He came back for me. And I realize I gotta get away from him or he's going to kill me. I'd rather fight whatever's around this corner than have to fight him head on. Luckily, the Artie coming in clutch here. Thought this Super Hellcat was about to come and get me. Luckily, he's just a little tier 7, so not too big of a deal. And then I see that Emil and I'm like, I gotta get him. I can't let this Super Hellcat get behind me though. Luckily, the Emil 2 exposes himself a little too much. I do secure the kill. But now we're just trying to get this Super Hellcat, though I think this SU is going to be able to flank around and get him, thank goodness. But we are trying to pull this together. Still We are up finally, but we still have a lot of work ahead of us, and they are on our cap now, which is great. But unfortunately, I do make the mistake of switching to HE here soon. I wish I didn't at the time, because I thought my HE pen was going to be enough to go through him, but I guess the T92 has enough armor. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I don't know how it's packing that much armor. I'm also a little curious why the Artie didn't go for the TD and went for me, but it is what it is. That is the problem with using Stay Sharp, is that you do lose your medkit very often. And now I just know I can't let him donut me. So yeah, I switched back to the APCR rounds because I need something reliable. I don't know how that did not pin. I guess his strikes really did just eat it though. But it is what it is. But we're going to load up. We are actually almost out of APCR rounds, which is funny. I think another shot from the Artie. That is a very fast-firing Artie. But that do be what it is sometimes. Fortunately, I am trying to catch a light tank in this thing. It's fast, but it's not light tank fast. It really is crazy fast how fast this in the Bazante is. It gets to where it needs to go really fast. And it has a really good power to weight ratio. It will shift and get it. Unfortunately, this SU has made a very over-exaggeration of trying to deal with a light tank and a fixed-mounted tank destroyer. But luckily, I am here to snipe this guy out. And we are going to get him. And all that leaves is the Artie. Hopefully, we can secure this with no problems whatsoever, though RNG sure has its moments, and you will see why here in a second. But yeah. Where is this Artie? Ah, he's on the run. I don't know what he's on the run from. He knows it's inevitable. I don't think he's expected to do 600 damage to me and kill me, which would be quite crazy if he could. I don't know if he could, honestly. He would have to set an engine fire. Even then, I have a very good crew on this. This is my Renault Torrente crew, and my Bazante crew at the same time. So yeah, that was my last APCR round, which is crazy. And we secure the final kill. And I'll also post a picture of the end of battle screen results as well. But I want to know what you guys think down below, what you thought of this video, and if you want me to do more of these replays, or if you would like me to feature other people. I have decided to see how people like these, and we'll do more if I get good response from them. I do know a lot of people know me from doing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy, but also I do a lot of Elite Dangerous. So this is something I haven't done in a long time, is World of Tanks replays. But I hope you guys do enjoy this, and please let me know down below what you think of it, and if you would like to see more of this. And if you also have some replays, I know I'm taking some from my clan right now if they do look good, but hopefully you guys will like them. But until then guys, I'll catch you on the next one. See y'all.